Bon dia a tothom, benvinguts a la roda de premsa de...
Good day to everybody, and welcome to the press conference of head coach Xavi Hernández ahead of match day 24 in La Liga Santander.
Què tal, Xavi? Bona tarda, Rueda de Barça TV. El Barça espanyol va ser el teu primer partit a...
Barça Espanyol was your first game in charge. A lot of players have changed for both teams.
El primer partit també et serveix una mica per
I don't know
preparar el de demà.
if that first game is helpful for you to prepare this match, knowing that derbies are always difficult matches. Yes, certain things have changed. Tomorrow we play a derby against a rival that is both intense and difficult, with a great manager. They work very well.
Dels últims anys, sota el meu punt de
A
vista.
great Espanyol, one of the best since the recent years. They're very well worked both in defense and attack. I think that we'll see a similar Espanyol that we saw in the Camp Nou. It's true that certain things have changed, such as some players. They're now
No vam tenir temps de
better.
preparar res i ara estem millor, estem en un moment bo.
Not had much time to prepare, but we're also in a good form right now.
Flor d'un dia, no? El partit de l'Atlètic de Madrid, sinó
We
que
want to make sure to continue these good experiences, to make sure that things are indeed improving.
una prova de foc també.
And tomorrow, in that sense, will be a great test for us against an intense rival. It's a derby, which is always
La rivalitat que hi ha.
emotion-packed matches.
Al final, una altra prova de foc,
It's another final, another test, and
importantíssim i
important for us,
la revanxa futbolística. No?
which will help to also
Primera volta, segur. Partit difícil, dur, molt intens.
increase the rivalry between these two clubs.
Aquí a la teva esquerra, Ramon Salmurri de Catalunya Ràdio, en directe a Catalunya Informació. Parlaves l'altre dia de punt d'inflexió.
You talked about an inflection point the other day.
Regular. Hi ha dies que està jugant molt bé i d'altres que...
Right now, we're seeing a bit
important per això el derbi
Barça a bit irregular. Some days really good, other days not so much.
una mica l'equip.
Is that the focus, to try to get stability? Yes. Want to consolidate
Que vam fer,
the things that we're doing well.
en la meva opinió, molt bones. El dia
In my opinion,
millorar
we
molt
play well against Atletico.
defensius, en temes
Defensively,
temes a millorar. no?
strategically, we have certain things, areas to improve on.
També necessita 2 o 3 resultats positius
We need 2 or 3 good results,
i les sensacions
consecutive results, to prove that we're on the right track. And tomorrow, in that sense, is an important match to consolidate all that
molt positiu, no?
and to continue with the positive sensations. We're training well. We've had a week to prepare,
Bones i dependrà
and things are looking good, but it depends on the result, but we're on the right track.
Bon dia, Laia Coll de RAC1. S'ha confirmat la sanció a Dani Alves per...
Dani Alves
No sé si et sembla
will be
que
suspended for 2 games.
no el tindràs en els propers 4 partits, comptant la Lliga i també l'Europa League. Si et planteges un canvi de sistema o quina...
Do you plan to maybe change the system,
Gràcies.
or what options does Dani have in the other competitions?
per
Dani is very important for us.
està donant. En fi,
He gives us so much.
res, no?
We can't do anything against the suspension. He'll be missed for
Canvi de sistema,
2 games. We'll see. We have various options.
decidirem demà,
For
però
the wing back, we'll decide tomorrow.
és una evidència que el trobarem a faltar.
But clearly,
Que ens està donant
Alves will
sobretot també
be missed. He helps us so much also in attack,
quan ve a dins a fer superioritat, quan obre
to create superiority in opponents' half.
gols, fer
He's able to
doncs,
score goals, give assists. So it's an important player that we will miss in these next 2 games in the league.
jugués, per tant, esperem
In the Europa League, he will
molt a faltar.
also not play, so it means that he'll be out for 4 matches.
Soy Santi Valle de la cadena SER. Después de ganar contra Atlético de Madrid,
After beating Atletico, you're now in the Champions League spots.
conseguido, ¿no?
One of the first objectives of the season has been achieved.
Las redes sociales decías de aquí a
We also
ya no nos para nadie.
saw you talk about
¿Te imaginas que es el siguiente
no opponents
del
stopping you.
en esta temporada? Queda muy lejos pensar que se puede
Is it very far-fetched to think that you could still fight for the league? I already said that we can't dismiss anything. Obviously, we know of the difficulties
A 15 puntos
of this task. We're 15 points behind with 1 game less.
estamos en una
There's still games to be played, but we're at a considerable distance. But we can't dismiss anything. The first objective is to finish in the top 4.
hemos dicho muchas veces,
We've
pero
said that many times,
absolutamente nada.
but I don't want to discard anything else. We'll see.
Los próximos partidos.
We'll see in these next few games. I think that we need
Partidos, consolidarnos en los
2 or 3
las sensaciones van
good games to consolidate the good sensations and see that we're effectively
hasta dónde somos capaces.
improving and see where we're
Al final dependemos
able to end up.
de que pinchen, de
We have to also wait for the teams ahead of us to drop points and for us to remain consistent. We know it's difficult, but we can't discard anything. You made your debut as coach against Espanyol, and Barça are now on the best string of matches since then, 17 matches undefeated since you were coach. What else is missing from this team? You talked about the improvements. Well, what is still missing for this team to consolidate? Well, to continue with the good results. In the end, we're competing very well. We won in intensity and rhythm. In certain aspects, such as the high press, we're able to regain possession. I want to continue with this intensity and this rhythm. With the ball, we're circulating the ball very fast, with less touches, getting to our opponent's half. So we're improving. What we need is to consolidate. Consolidate the sensations as well as the results. That's football. And the results will dictate whether or not we're improving. So we need to consolidate. Continue with the top four. We're there now. We've reached an objective, but maintaining that objective is the most difficult part.
Buen día, Elena Condis de la cadena COPE. Deportivamente el equipo está en una gran situación.
From a sporting perspective, the team are in a good moment. You're back in the top four. Things are improving. From an institutional point of view, however, Fran Reverter has stepped down. Does that affect the dressing room, or are you fully isolated of what happens off the pitch? We make sure that it doesn't affect us. We continue training day by day. We haven't talked about it in the dressing room. I talked to Ferran. He said he was going to come say goodbye to me personally. So it's a personal situation. He made it be known publicly, and he's helped us a lot, and we wish him all the best. He is a great professional, very approachable and close to the staff as well. It's a shame, but it's down to personal circumstances, and we wish him the best.
Hola, mister. ¿Qué tal? Alejandro Segura en directo para Radio Marca. Hemos conocido esta semana que Eric García ya está entrenando.
Eric García is training back with the group. I don't know if he's able to be called up as well, perhaps even play tomorrow against Espanyol. And Memphis has been out for a long time. And how's he? Yeah, Eric is good. If tomorrow nothing crazy happens, he'll be included in the list. We'll see if he starts. Memphis, he still needs a bit more time. We'll see how he evolves this week, but he's doing well. It was a little relapse in the same area, and it takes a little longer to recuperate, but he's looking good, and next week he'll be available. The other day, we saw a good version of the team. It's been 2 weeks now that you've only had games on the weekend, so you had adequate preparing time. Have you reached the level that you were expecting? Yeah, against Atletico, we saw an excellent Barça until the send-off. We defended well. We were generous, but we need to continue to work with maximum humility. We're in the 4th spot. We want to continue to climb the table, and we need to work with the same humility, be intense, and be united, which are giving us good results in the league, and we need to continue down this path. I think we're doing things well. We can't stick our chest too far out yet. We need to continue to work hard and with a lot of humility.
Hola, Xavi, bon dia. Laura Brugués, de TV3. Volia preguntar que fins la temporada passada...
Since last season, Messi was in charge of taking the penalties and the free kicks. This season, what is your criteria for who is the first shot taker? Well, today we worked on the free kicks, for example. In the end, it's a surprise because some players don't want to take it, but they take them very well. Pedri, Ferran Torres, Eric García. Today, Martin Braithwaite, Frenkie de Jong. They'll train it. Messi trained it. Messi, with 21 years old, wasn't taking them,
Això és entrenament.
but he trained it.
Entrenament i entrenar.
And
I això és
free kicks is a question of training.
I abans de partit entrenem les faltes directes.
And
I sí que és veritat.
always at the end of trainings, we work on free kicks.
Va arribar un moment que el percentatge del Leo era extraordinari.
Of course, in the case of Leo, it was clear that he was a specialist, but we have Memphis, Dani Alves,
I jugadors que crec que
and other players that I think can take a step forward when
hi haurà especialistes i fem un
taking free kicks or being in these situations.
de qui pot tirar les faltes i és
Ahead of any game, the staff comes up with a list of the players that will
perquè crec que és
be responsible. But I think based or
el millor futbolista del món i potser
practicing these situations and these kicks is what
10 anys
helps the players to improve.
gols ha fet de falta. Em sembla que ha sigut el
How many
millor i amb 21, 22 anys no en tirava.
Messi, like I said, with 21 years old, didn't take them, so it's a question of training.
Hola, Xavi. Edu Polo, Mundo Deportivo. Seguint amb la pregunta de la Laura, no sé si el mateix passa amb els penals, perquè
I don't know if the same thing
han xutat Memphis.
is the case of penalty. Memphis and Coutinho
No sé si ens pots dir
took the penalties. They're now not available. Do you make the list, or does it depend on the players? No, we make the list, logically.
Ha sigut així.
It's always been like this.
Són sensacions.
In the end, it's based on sensations.
Un bon tirador de penals.
Busquets is good at penalties. Leo, in the end, did everything, penalties and free kicks.
Tenim el Memphis,
But now we need players to take a step forward. Memphis or Aubameyang,
jugadors que poden
they're all specialists. These are all penalty takers. Piqué as well.
tenim jugadors per
So we have players to take penalties, but visually we're not used to seeing them because normally we saw Messi take them.
tira, no?
So now it's, oh wow,
Pas endavant.
who's going to take them now?
Memphis és un especialista molt
Memphis is an excellent specialist.
del derbi, no? A casa.
Last time in a derby against Espanyol, he scored the penalty. So we have players ready for these situations.
Hola Xavi, Josep Soldado para La Sexta y Antena 3. No sé si te gusta la estadística que con el español Albert Hernández
Don't know if you
de mañana no han ganado nunca, se han quejado de esta
like this statistic or not with Hernández, the referee.
estadio, más allá del habitual de los derbis.
Do you expect a bit more pressure tomorrow? They haven't won with Hernández. Well, each game is
Que l'àrbitre que lo haga
a different story. The referees will try to do their best and try to be just. That's all we want for both teams. And may the best team win.
Hola Xavi, buen día. David Ibáñez de Mediaset. Siguiendo en esta línea,
Following this line,
una entrevista de
this week,
Hernández con 11 años diciendo que
interview came out with Hernández saying that Barça was his favorite team. Espanyol
tú que has jugado tanto
didn't like it. They wanted to change the ref. Do you think that this could perhaps influence the game? The fact that he said when he was small that he was a Barça fan?
que és del Barça.
Well, for good or bad, of course. He could also try to be a little bit harsher on us to prove that he's
Ja he dicho muchas veces que és una
impartial. But we talked about this many times, how difficult the work of a ref is. It's very complicated to make decisions in split seconds.
también, pero
Now with VAR, they get some help, but still, it's very complicated, and we need to help them, to protect them.
de la mejor manera
And hopefully they'll be able to work the best way possible. I believe in their professionalism.
quieren ser ecuánimes al final, no?
They want to do their best job,
No veu ningún problema.
so I don't see any problem.
Jordi Gil.
Hola, Xavi, del diari Esport. L'altre dia ja vas dir que
The other day you said
portava com més,
that Dembele was part of the squad.
especialment somrient,
We saw him
amb molt bon peu amb l'Aubameyang, no?
smiling in the training sessions and
N'has parlat
get on with players like Aubameyang.
del que havia passat o ja és una cosa automàtica que ha sortit de que ja a partir d'ara doncs, ja podràs comptar habitualment?
Have you already made your decision whether he'll be able to play? Yes,
No intentar, sinó que tenia la idea
I already
de jugar a la segona part, però les circumstàncies
had the idea against Atleti to have him play the second half. Circumstances didn't make that happen because of the Dani's send-off. Meant that Serginho was going to come in, but he was going to help the team, and he'll play for sure.
tancat, no?
I think it's a close topic. He's part of the squad, and I'll decide when he'll participate or when not.
Aquí Joan Domènech.
Bon dia, Joan Domènech del Periódico. Has comentat abans amb les coses que havia millorat
al teu equip des de que
You talked about the areas where the team has improved.
no fa encara l'equip que pensaves que ja
Since you've arrived, what is still missing from this team that they need to improve?
saber atacar els espais en el moment just,
Attacking the spaces in the right moments, to be more consistent in the defensive line,
d'estratègia, per exemple,
strategic
no desconnectar, els extrems
plays.
al segon pal a fer gol.
Also, the wingers need to participate more in the goal. Areas that we work specifically with individual players. The team are playing intense. They're winning a lot of duels. We've managed to improve our arriving at our opponent's 18-yard box. These are circumstances that need time. But generally speaking, we're improving in many aspects. And other areas where we need to improve, which we talk about, the video sessions and individual training. We're very on top of the players in this regard.
Xavi, Carles Ruiz Pérez del diari La Vanguardia. Volia preguntar-te per Xavi.
I want to ask you about Xavi.
26 partits aquesta temporada.
26 matches played so far this season.
Tu, per exemple, vas jugar 26 la teva primera temporada.
Did you play? You played 26 matches in your debut year. What is it that you like most of him, and what area does it need to improve? He steals. He's very good at recuperating possession, taking the ball away from the opponents. He's very competitive and wins direct duels. He understands the high press very well. He's excellent at that. He turns very well when we want to play in between the lines. He's a player with a lot of talent, but he needs to organize himself. He needs to find the right resources in the right moments. He needs to attack the space better, when to let the wingers run or when to pass it. These are tactical situations where he needs to improve. But with 17 years of age, his production is spectacular. He's an incredible talent. With 17 years to already have such an impact and play with the Spanish national side is marvelous.
Hola, Xavi, Víctor Martí, agència F. Tornant amb el tema Alves, tenint en compte que contra l'Atlètic de Madrid va jugar una miqueta més per dins, contemples la possibilitat que pugui jugar algun centrecampista estil Frenkie?
Do you think that with Alves out, you could have an additional midfielder play like Frenkie? Wow, we'll see tomorrow. I can't say that now. We'll see that tomorrow. It depends on the lineup of our opponents, how we want to attack, how Espanyol will defend. For me, Vicente's a great coach. He works very well. He knows how to work the defensive transitions as well, very well. We need to analyze it and try to surprise Espanyol in our attack, in our positional play. We'll see tomorrow. I can't advance anything more right now.
L'equip farà demà entrenament d'activació a les 12 de la ciutat esportiva Joan Gamper. Posteriorment facilitarem la llista de convocats. Gràcies.
Gràcies.